Welcome Pokemon trainers, Pokemon breeders, and Pokemon masters alike. It is now time for the next part of our Generation Lock Challenge. For those of you who don't know already, what is a Generation Lock? Look right over here. Generation Lock, it should be over here, yeah. Generation Lock is, of course, a Super Nuzlocke, a variant of the Nuzlocke Challenge. And, of course, this is a hardcore one with additional rules that will be found in the description of this video down below. But suffice it to say, once again, the description's over there. We have tons of videos up on the channel already. But a quick rundown is we play multiple Nuzlockes in a row, trying to keep the same Pokemon alive, and then you bring them once you've beaten the Elite Four and their Hall of Famers. You get to bring your Hall of Famers into the next generational game in order, you know, Gen 1, 2, 3, and 4, subsequently until you've beaten all the generations, or as far as you've deemed that you are going to go. For us, we're going all the way to Sun and Moon, hopefully all the way through to Sun and Moon, and that's where we've been trying to accomplish this whole time. We're into Generation 6 right now. We're into Pokemon Y, so without further ado, let's continue our Pokemon Y part of the challenge. Alright, so let's get right underway with it. Let's see. What do we got in the grass? Ooh, an Eevee! Let's go! Such a viable Pokemon because, I mean, we can get goddamn Jolteon, Umbreon, Espeon, Flareon, Vaporeon. I mean, you guys already know. Glaceon, we got them all. Okay. A level 19 male Eevee. I think Sig's going to go immediately. If we catch this thing, Sig's going to go. Because Eevee is just too viable. Even if we don't get a Stone or like a Leafeon or something like that, well, we already have Ivysaur now. I mean, this would have been fantastic, right? To have the Eevee. But of course, we love our Brute Root and stuff, so that's still viable and solid. As far as that goes, yeah, 100%. I am all on board to get ourselves an Eevee. And then I'll probably figure out what, move pool. I'll probably do some Cerebi research and look at our move pools that we currently have with the rest of the 5. Try to figure out what are we missing that we're going to need. Not even just like attacking wise, but what defensive typing is going to be the most useful going forward, right? And boom, I never had any doubt we would catch this damn Eevee. So that being said, I might have shown like it was such a heavy loss to find an Eevee and lose it, you know. I would definitely show that too in the highlights here. So so we caught ourselves an Eevee. You know immediately I'm going to have to change the graphics. So we'll be pausing here. What are we going to call Eevee? I already know. It's Jerry. Let's go. The classic. Let's go with it. So yeah, we're immediately going to pause this. Because there we go. Now we have our Eevee. We're solid. We're good to go here. So let's see. Oh, it's what's her name? Isn't she the 3rd gym? She the 3rd or 4th gym? Trying to remember, as I said. Played all this well before. Now we're recording. Now it's April. Now we're recording in April. So when was the last time I played this? Holy crap! All right, so there's our little Jerry. And we're like, yeah, no, this is Nuzlocke rules. We're switching. We gotta switch. Already solid level 23. Not hard with the experience share, but once again, we gave up super training for the experience share, right? We don't make the games harder, but if we keep taking away things that, you know what I mean? So we switch out here to Ancalagon, and I'm going to easily take it to Lucario with a Fire Fang here. But yeah, so my whole thing is I have a set of hardcore rules to make the game difficult. As the generations go on, I try not to make them easier or harder based on those rules. So I sort of edit the rules a little bit, you know, like make them still viable and stuff like that. But so if I gain something from the old set of rules, I try to take something back away still. So as things are added, I sort of have to give myself something in return. Boom. And another Fire Fang for the kill, one-shotting the Lucario that time. So let's go. Need a boy grew to level 31, Brute grew to level 31. Oh, baby. So we had to pause the video 5 seconds into the video. That's quite funny, isn't it? So we're going to get rid of Takedown for Double Edge by the looks of it for Brute Root here. Yeah. Okay, excellent, excellent. So the next one to evolve is either going to be Ancalagon or Brute Root, more than likely, because the happiness just isn't going to be enough by the time we gain another 5 levels on one of them. Or no, wait a minute. Brute Root is level 32. Venusaur's 32. That's the weird one, right? 16 across the board, then 32, 36, 36. Okay. So it's unlikely that Eevee here is... Whoa, Jerry. That thing's very big and could sit on you and kill you. I don't care how much HP you've got. Switch out. Here we go. Into Brute Root, because we want that level 32. We can taste the Venusaur. We can taste the evolution. Tasting the Venusaur. I wonder if a Venusaur... I mean, it's kind of like a salad. Nah, never mind, never mind. This is not Torkoal. This is not Torkoal. We don't eat Pokemon. Unless we watch any of the Newgrounds videos or the old, the animations for that. Anyone see that one where it's Venusaur versus Pikachu? That one was funny. Who made that one again? Was that Ego Raptor or whatever? Anyway, yeah, that one was funny. Like, I need nourishment. Tauros meat or something. So we're going to Leech Seed this guy. He's going to try to Whirlwind. It does not work. We Leech Seed a little bit. None of these poison and stuff. Yeah, we're... I mean, he is a Hariyama. It's vibe. Once again, we don't know when, like, what's going to happen, right? I mean, just look at our graveyard. Things happen. So, Hariyama? Hell yeah. Hariyama's awesome. We haven't had a fighting type since we lost Primate. I believe that was in Gen 3. Yeah, we didn't lose. Yeah, looking at the... Yeah, we didn't lose for a while. Flame Burst to teach 2. It's a special, so yeah, we want it over Fire Fang because we're a special attacker. And Calagon, Charmeleon is there, so yeah, 100%, 100%. And boom, Hariyama. We got ourselves a Hariyama. And I like that now, like when you battle it, you still get the experience even if you catch it. If it runs, you don't get experience, but if you catch it, you still get the experience as if you killed it. So there's no benefit to not attempting it, you know what I mean? So what do we call the female Hariyama? Mrs. This is what? Mrs. Kim. Oh, that's kind of mean. Mrs. Kim. Okay. And here we go, Brute Root. It's going to be time to pause again because you guys guessed it. It's Venusaur time. It's Venusaur time, 100%. And I believe we get a Moonstone naturally in this game, so we're not going to have to invoke the whole, oh, can't find the stone sort of idea. And I think we can get all the stones naturally before the Elite Four for Eevee, too. So I'm going to be curious on which one we end up choosing. Because I like most of the Eevee evolutions. Not crazy about Sylveon. And... boom. Brute Root the Venusaur. Let's go. And pause. Now unpause. And boom, we have ourselves a Venusaur. Who's about to learn Petal Dance. Now, if I recall correctly, Petal Dance is far better than it used to be. The user then becomes confused or whatever. Do we keep Petal Dance? Because no, it's Petal... It's not Petal Dance, it's Petal Storm. Which one's the good one? Petal Blizzard? Yeah, Petal Dance is the one that Vileplume had back in Gen 1 and stuff, and we were like, eh, about it. Yeah, it's the other one we didn't like. Yeah, so we don't like Petal Dance. We want Petal Blizzard, Petal Storm, whatever it's called. The Leaf Storm, Petal Blizzard, yeah. And we find ourselves a Solos. Soloist? Soloist? Is that what it is? Solosis. Solosis. Okay. And we have Bite now. We have a Dark-type move. So let's go, Jerry. Bring them down to half. Good for you, buddy. We could probably try throwing a Pokeball at him from this range. Or throw a Great Ball, whatever. We have so many balls. Like, it's funny. That rule of 5 Pokeballs works really well in, like, older games. Now, it's like, you're going to get enough. You're going to get enough. And especially in the GenLocks where you're probably going to bring a team with you. Though, to be fair, we got pretty lucky in the first couple of games. Which, of course, I know really well, so it was easier. But, yeah. So, I mean, it wasn't easy to win. I mean, once again, crits happen. There's difficulties in older games versus newer games, etc., etc. But just knowing the game definitely gives you obviously gives you a little more of a leg up. You know where things are and stuff. And what do we call a green floating blob of psychic energy? Atom. Well, that makes sense. Atom. Tom. And what do we have here? Did I find... what am I going for? Moonstone, baby! Yeah! I was like, we're in Chargestone's cave. Don't we get a Thunderstone? But we probably do, but we don't need... Well, maybe we're going to take a Jolteon. Maybe we're about to get a Jolteon. But right now, it's Nido Boy time. Let's bulk him up and get ourselves that Nido Boy. Yeah! I mean, he's not a fighting type, but still, yeah. Look at the majesticness there. Nido Boy. So you know what's coming, guys. Pause time. And unpause. Because we got our Nido Boy. Look at that. Look at that. And... okay. This is just Pause City. But thankfully, the next one, assuming everything goes well, we'll be done with this. Because most people have already evolved. But we're not going to stop Ankelegon from becoming, officially, once again, Ankelegon the Black. Let's go. So that one took a little bit longer because, as you guys can see, I had to edit the edges. Charizard was like this tiny. He was so tiny. He was so small. So yeah, at this point I was like, no, I got to edit it, you know. So we're about to do Battle for the Mega Stone, and you know we already have Venusaurite. So we can have ourselves a Mega Venusaur. So yeah, that'd be pretty cool. So we're gonna go up against Serena. Sent out her Meowstic. Yeah, I had to crop the edges. I didn't know I could crop GIF edges in OBS, so that took me about 20 minutes to figure out before we could continue the recording. So that was kind of annoying. Bit of a pause. But I've been pausing already. The first 5 minutes of this video is nothing but pausing, unpausing, pausing, unpausing. Thankfully, it'll all flow somewhat together. Flow being a keyword. Super effective. Bossa Nova. Going for it. With an Aqua Jet. Will you get it? Yes, you will. Your attack strength's pretty good. And so we only have... well, actually, we still have 3 Pokemon to evolve. It's just because everyone seems to have 3 stages, right? We've had 3 stage evolutions. We've been changing out the, you know, these 2 for a while here. But now I think we have a solid team. If everyone here can stay viable, I think we got a solid team here, you know? Still got a bit of a water weakness. I see it. I still see the heavy water weakness, but we got solid defense against that water weakness. We have a great turn into that. So we're going to double Aqua Jet here on the Braxian. We're going to get it. Bossa Nova doing his job quite well. So already level 34. Nido Boy's level 36. Jerry reaches level 30. And we've yet to evolve Jerry. So either we haven't found a stone, we have an idea, or we're going for an Espeon, Umbreon, something like that. So here in comes the Absol. Now I'm at 39 out of 93, and I'm sitting there, okay, I'm a rock water type. What's he really going to do? Let's try Aqua Jetting him. It should do pretty good damage. Not even near to the halfway mark. And yeah, it didn't do much damage, but at this point, it's a little too much. We get him down to half with the Rocky Helmet, but it's like, yeah, we got to switch out. So in comes Heracles. We haven't seen much action from Heracles other than catching a Pokemon here or there for us. So, not since the first gym and stuff. And here we go. So, boom, quick attack, nothing. Switching into nothing major, but we do now have Bulldoze. We'll bulldoze our way right through. Right through. And down goes the Absol. And now we are back in charge. Let's go, baby. But yeah, as far as the cropping goes, I should have done that. Had I known that I could do that earlier on, I would have done it in the sprites and stuff. Oh! It's just Pause Game City here. The first 10 minutes of this video just might as well be called Pause City. Oh! We don't want... Whatever it was, is it night or daytime? We don't want whichever one it was. We don't want an Espeon or an Umbreon, clearly. Or we don't want one or the other, whatever time of day it is. And we're indoors, so I have no idea right here, right now. So... let's accomplish Mega Evolution. You need a Mega Stone. We got a Mega Stone. Give us the Mega Ring and we'll be good to go. We'll be... We'll be doing that all day and night long. Okay. We aim to be the best. Yeah. I like the idea of having multiple trainers and stuff. I wish these two were a little more powerful. You know, they were a little more viable in-game and stuff like that. Or we fought them a few more times or something like that. But I do like the idea. And this game was solid. I really like Gen 6. Gen 6 has been pretty solid. Okay, so boom. It's time for... This should be gym number 3, I believe. Yeah, and this is the one where I had to learn how to use the rollerblades. And I had to change the controls and everything. I was like... You know? Because I wasn't able to use them before because I'm on an emulator. I'm using a... You know... I'm using a PlayStation controller plugged into the computer, right? So it's like, okay, how am I going to make this work? So I spent a while trying to figure this out. And then we finally got them to work. The controls are a little rocky at first, and I think I get a bit of a hang of it eventually, but not nearly as smooth as like on a DS or something. And here it comes in our first battle. So we already have level 30 on our Jerry, and we don't want an evolution yet, so that's strange. Then again, we could probably hard scale our way to... I'm sure there's a way to get any moves that we miss on any... You know, if we're going for... What could we possibly be going for? A Jolteon seems likely. If we didn't want... Either Umbreon, Espeon, or Jolteon are the 3 candidates. We clearly rejected one of them, so there's only 2 candidates on the table. We're never going to need... As much as I love Flareon, we're not going to need a Flareon with Ankelagon here. And even though we want more water resistance, having 2 water types, the Bossa Nova and Vaporeon, that's a little much. So I'm thinking Jolteon maybe for, you know, electricity, damaging 2 water types. Possible. Probably just teach Thunderbolt to Nidoking and call it a day, though. Just saying. Don't actually need an electric type. So, I mean, any type resistance, it depends on the situation and stuff, right? So... Anyway, so the Brute is just doing what he can here. Poisoning it up. You know, he's just slowly but surely we're going to win against this Sock. And a Razor Leaf, which is a crit and kills. No problem there. Brute is now level 36 and the first trainer of this gym. Because I believe we only have 2 gym badges currently. See, I can't see some of the graphics I can see right now. Some of them I can't. Some of them are done post-editing and stuff, so I can't see. Just sometimes for ease of use, it just depends. Hariyama has brought out Whirlwinds into Ankelagon. Not your best idea because Aerial Ace is a thing. It's not Air Slash, but still. And yeah, look at that damage. And did about 16 to us, but another Aerial Ace will take out the Hariyama. It's still a Charizard. It's still super effective. It's still flying, you know. Still stab. There's a lot going for Aerial Ace right now. Until we can eventually, potentially get Air Slash. I don't know if we can get Air Slash on him without, you know, because obviously we don't hack the game outside of putting, you know, the right eggs into the beginning of the game. Outside of that, and, you know, giving myself my own rewards and egg moves and stuff that's already listed. Outside of that, we don't do it. So, if we can't get Air Slash, you can't get Air Slash, right? That might be one of those breed-only things, but that does make sense, because Charmander wouldn't. So, it might be, maybe it's a move tutor thing that we can get? I don't know. Or it might be post-game. Then you can't get it anyways. So let's see. It's a Heracross. Heracross is really cool. I wish we had caught ourselves a Heracross in like Gen 2 or something. If we had gotten a Heracross, that would have been cool. But it's so funny. We've been through all these generations, but we're still at mostly at Kanto decks, and now look at us. 5 out of 6 Pokemon back being Kanto. I mean, granted, 2 were gotten here in Kalos, but they're still Kanto decks Pokemon. So, quite funny that we couldn't keep a hold of the Sceptile or the Altaria. Everything else has been Kanto. And Bossa Nova grew to level 35. Are we going to learn Curse? Curse over Protect. Interesting choice. Interesting choice. Interesting. Why Curse over Protect? Normally I'm very pro Protect. If a Pokemon comes with Protect and I don't have a better type coverage move, I keep Protect. You'd never know. Curse, on the other hand, I mean, not that Curse is a bad move either, but... Fight me! Let's go. Roller Skater Shun. Roller Skater Shun. Okay. And it's a Pancham. That would have been cool too, a Pangora. Isn't it Pangoro? Pangora? What if that works like Spanish or whatever? You know, if it's female, you say it with an A, you know, Latino, Latina, that kind of idea. Masculine, feminine, and the nouns and verbs and shit. Which I'm still trying to learn Spanish, and I find it very difficult to remember that stuff. It's like, okay, this words mean this. But no, it means, you know, it means 6 different things depending on either an O, an A, or an accent, you know. That's what's tripping me up anyways. And the lack of people to talk to around here with it. Everyone hears English, maybe some French. So where you don't get to use it a lot, you know, there's no one to practice. So other than my lessons on my phone, I don't really get the opportunity to use it too much. And another seismic toss. And that Leech Seed just coming in. Give me some of that health back. Stop trying to hurt me. What the hell did I ever do to you? So now we're gonna Pokemon. Are we gonna switch out? Switching out to Nidoboy. All right, but we've got the Leech Seed. I get it. Set up the Leech Seed. Going to Nidoboy. He'll attack, but we'll get the Leech Seed back. And Smackdown. Didn't do very much, and the Leech Seed, of course, takes. A little bit of chip damage and a little bit of HP back, almost back to full. Venoshock. Gotta love those stab moves. And yeah, we taught Nidoking Venoshock because well, I think we already had it on Nidorino, but it's like, until something better comes along, why not use it? Why hold on to these TMs to the end of the game? Like, they're viable now. Like, Venoshock's like, what? 50 or 60 damage output, better to use it now while 50-60 means something, you know? And looking at that damage output, yeah, it couldn't one-shot a Machoke, but it definitely was close. That might have been a low roll, even. Boom, there goes the Machoke. And a level 37 for Nidoboy. Okay. So I think we're nearing the end of this gym. Eevee trying to evolve again. Are we going to say no? Yeah, we're still saying no. So it seemed to be evening time when we entered the gym. So that would be no to either... Shit, I forget which one it is. I think it's evening and night is Umbreon and morning and day is Espeon. But maybe evening's also Espeon. See, evening's a weird one. Evening's a weird one. It goes, nowadays it just goes by time. It's like, if it's 8 o'clock, it's Umbreon through till like 6 in the morning or something like that. Like, so yeah, it doesn't go AM, PM. So I'm not 100%. Not 100%. Okay, now we're just looking for that final trainer. Oh, there she is. Oh. And for some reason didn't want to battle me. Everyone else is like way over here and they're like do-do-do-do, you know. This one. There she is. Thank you. I just had to get right in front of her and hit the brakes. Alright, here we go. And it's a little Meditite. So we're probably saying no to Espeon because Umbreon's one of my favorite Pokemon. So likely I said screw it, we're going to go Umbreon. Dark typing. Special defensive. He's a tank through the roof. That's something we were missing, of course. We need a tank with not a bad switch in typing. Rhydon's great for that. Defensive-wise, but is so vulnerable to so much being the rock ground type that he is. This is way better, having Umbreon as a special defensor. And his defense is no slouch either. Umbreon's a very bulky Pokemon to have on our team. And I don't think we needed much in the way of type coverage anyway, so we're probably just going to give him Toxic, maybe Dark Pulse, something like that, and then the rest is just going to be, you know, it's going to be utility. He's going to be a switch in, let's chip it down type of thing. So let's go. And now I believe we can finally fight the gym leader, which is the big one. Who doesn't use Lucario, I don't believe. I don't think she uses Lucario here. She uses Lucario during the Mega Stone battles, but she doesn't use Lucario during her own gym battles. Am I right in saying that, or am I wrong? Yeah, how do I get there? Oh yeah, I ran right past it, actually. And here we go. There she is. Huzzah! Time for Lady Karina? Lady Karina. Alright, so who are we sending out? Needle Boy to start? I was about to say, Ancalagon to start? Like, we have flying type moves on Ancalagon. We have Aerial Ace, and if that doesn't work, Flame Blast the fucking things. Or Flame Burst right now. Flame Burst. Flame Blast. I don't think there is a Flame Blast. There's a Fire Blast. It's not a Flame Blast. Let's go. Against Karina with a Mewtwo. And Calagon the Black to start us off. Let's go, baby. We're going to run through this team with an Aerial Ace. Alright. Tacked. Alright. Flinched and couldn't move with the Fake Out. Doesn't matter. Boom. Aerial Ace. Oh, that just... right through. Once again, we're getting a little tough here. See, we're already in the high 30s. We're fighting level not even 30s. That's the problem with the experience share. It gets strong, but I nearly turned it off at one point. But then in quick succession, the level cap starts rising pretty heavily. And by the time I think we reach gym like 5 or something like that, we're almost on par again. 5 or 6, our levels are back on par almost. So it's like, yeah, there's not a lot of grinding available or trainers like that you gain experience in between before like your 40s are going to meet 40s, right? So I think I turned it off for like, I don't know, like half hour's worth of gameplay at some point because I was like, no, I don't want to run in there with like 60s, you know, and not be ready for it. Like be totally overpowered because this was just a wash. And in no small part due to the fact that we're almost 10 levels higher. And this is another reason why people impose level caps all the time. People impose level caps, but I find level caps very, very annoying in a hardcore Nuzlocke. I find them... there's something you have to play around, and it makes you switch out teams and stuff like that and really pay attention to that shit, but I'm just like... I don't know, I'm playing through the game normally, I battle every trainer I see, and the only difference you really do with level caps is you grind right to the edge every time to match the level and stuff like that, and I'm like, I don't want to do that, you know? And some people have different rules too. Some people say, okay, by the time you enter the gym, you can be max level of the trainer's ace, the gym leader's ace. Some people say, oh, if you level up while in the gym, too bad. You can't use them. But then again, see, I also impose no level caps, but I impose once you enter the gym, you can't leave. So you get a really bad, you know, self-destruct or something like that, and you don't want to use a healing item, or you get paralyzed on your whole team or something, you got to deal with it, right? You got to start using items, or you got to get out, right? So now it's Megastone time. Get your Pokemon to Megastone, do-do-do-do. And now this is where the Lucario wants to come with us. Now, this is a little funny here. This is a little funny about what's going to happen. Okay? So, I get the Lucario, right? And it's like, okay, so Lucario's going to come with us. And once again, this game, you could play this game gifted everything. Because you get your starter, then you're gifted a Kanto starter, you're gifted a Lucario, you're gifted a Lapras, and I think you're gifted something else, if I'm not mistaken. You can basically make a party of gifts as you go throughout the game. You don't need to really catch a thing, I don't believe. But here we go. So now we're up against Successor Karina. No longer the gym leader Karina. Successor Karina. Starts off, so Lucario gets Lucario. This doesn't really count as far as Nuzlocke, you know, stuff, because it doesn't really matter. But you immediately, alright, so I go Mega, right? And I say, okay, I'm going to power up Punch immediately, right? That's my idea. It's either that or Swords Dance, one or the other. But I'm like, alright, it's going to be super effective. I get the first hit, and I'm like, okay, perfect. So, I immediately Mega, level 32, everything's all good, right? And I'm going to get, not a Mega off first, of course, because they both get to Mega, because obviously somebody is going to get to go. So, I went first. I'm faster. Boom. Almost killed it. Attack. No problem. Gets a critical hit on Lucario. I won the speed tie. I lost to a crit. So, as a result of this match, I don't get the Lucario. Right? I don't count this as a graveyard Pokemon because we didn't really add him ever to the team. This is a story event. But since I lost this fight, I will say that I self-imposed on myself that I can't use the Lucario anymore. I fought in a battle to use him, and I lost him already, so I never had him, is sort of the way I look at it. So yeah. Anyways, and here, yeah, it's like, oh, here, take a Lapras. So now we received a Lapras, too. So now we get ourselves a Lapras. Once again, you would have a great team here. Lucario, Lapras, and 2 starters. Like, you're golden. Actually, if you picked, you should pick, Fire and Grass, because then you have a Lucario, and then you have a Lapras. Like, don't pick anybody, don't pick Squirtle, and don't pick, Froakie. Pick the other 2 opposites. And here we go again. Jerry, you gonna evolve this time, buddy? You gonna let it happen? Yep, we're going for the Umbreon. We want Jerry in full top special defensive form. Let's go. And what do we get? Beautiful ass Umbreon. And you guys know what it's time for. It's pausing time. Alright, so once again, that one had to take a little bit longer, but boom, look at this. We've updated everything just in time to have to pause once again. Now that we have... So, Ankelagon is looking fierce and stuff. Hopefully everything's cut nicely. I can't zoom in on the OBS thing. I don't know how to do that. So I'm hoping everything was cut nice here. But we changed up Ankelagon, Nidoboys, Brute Root, and of course, just so you could see Umbreon, Jerry, and all his majesticness right there. And now finally, Tortuga is turning into Bossa Nova the Great. Look at that guy. Alright, so we're going to update him. He might not need the change up, but either way, you guys know what time it is. Pause time. And boom, no editing actually required this time, just the pause to change him out. So there we go. Okay. Now, assuming everything goes correctly, there's only one more time, potentially 2. We've never grabbed ourselves a Rhyperior. Potentially 2 more times, if everything goes correctly, that we need to change this up, that we need to pause and change. So, let's hope for that. Either way, We're up here. We're going up against Serena once again. Trying out our brand new Jerry Umbreon. Let's go. Against you? Against your Meowstic? Forget about it. Oh, you can fake me out. It don't matter. It does not matter because you know we got the leftovers. Of course, we're making him. He's basically a metagame Umbreon. He's a competitive Umbreon in the base game, which sometimes works, sometimes does not. Right now, we're just keeping bite on him. There'll be a lot of other options later and stuff like that, TM-wise and that kind of idea. But for right now, let's go. So we're able to take the hit, but once again, I don't care. I don't care. My special defense is skyrocketing. Look at the damage output. It's nothing. With the leftovers, we just gain back the passive. Boom. Still going to be 100. Oh, 99. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm 1 point off. And in comes Absol. Nice choice. Good idea. So we have Moonlight, Swift, and Quick Attack. So we don't have Wish. We do have Moonlight. So that's fantastic. We got that quite early, Moonlight. But we do have Swift, which doesn't do a whole pile of damage without the special attack. And once again, he's not an attacker. He's a lover, not a fighter in that regard. So it's time to switch out. We will win the war of attrition against an Absol 100%, but we want to speed things along. Switch back into Heracles, our big man on campus, our guy, 5-time champion and Hall of Famer. Heracles going forward, taking those hits, not giving a shit. Bulldoze his ass, literally. Bulldoze, baby. And did quite a bit. Not crazy, but enough to slam damn him after 2. 2 hits and down he goes. And Heracles grows to level 37. Almost 100 in a couple of stats there, I'm noticing. Once again, this is where Rhyhorn starts to fall behind a little bit. But if you're noticing, like, look at this guy. 33 Braxion. Already climbing into the 30s right after the gym and stuff like that. It's not like we're going crazy with the levels or anything like that. And I said that difference, like, when I was humming and hawing, and I think, as I said, I took experience share off for, like, half an hour, 45 minutes of gameplay at best. Even if I did do that, I definitely thought about it, but then all of a sudden the level creep wasn't so bad anymore. But yeah, so now we're into the next gym here. So after battling Serena and stuff like that, so of course we battle the rival, and just in case, you never know what's going to happen, we go back and forth. So now we're into the 4th gym here, which is this big crazy wood tower or grass tower gym sort of idea. We heal up all our guys before entering, because now that we've entered, we cannot leave. But we've got a really solid team going forward. As I said, other than Rhyhorn, everybody's fully evolved. We have Ankelagon, our Charizard. We have Nidoboy, our Nidoking. We have Heracles, our Rhyhorn. We have Caracosta, Bossa Nova, the man, who just got himself an evolution there. We have Brute, our newly edition Venusaur, and our latest edition, Jerry the Umbreon. So we're all set here. We've got a really good team here. And now with that, actually, we lose the 5 Kantos on the team. We got a Johto. We got Umbreon who's Johto. So Simisage, really, I think probably my favorite of the 3 monkeys. Of the 3 monkey evolutions. Simisage, a double bite is definitely going to be able to take him down, though he is faster than my Umbreon. So look at that. But look at this. This is a trainer, level 32. Like, levels higher than the gym leader already and stuff. And we haven't gone that far, you know, from gyms 3 through to 4. So it is a thing. And then we climb up here, and we're on to the next stage of the gym. Hop across. Woohoo! Yeah, this is just sort of like a, alright, let's have fun with this one. Woohoo! Reminded me of some Donkey Kong level shit. Woohoo! Whoa, hop! And then do we go up? Do we go left? Do we go right? What are we going to do? We decide to go right because there's a gym trainer. Once again, unlike some versions, when we play the gym, we do have to, obviously we can't leave, and we have to, we either win or we die. In a game of life or death, you either win or you die. But outside of that, we don't actually have to fight all the gym trainers. Just makes most sense for the experience and stuff. Actively avoiding them is allowed, as far as I remember, if I remember my own rules correctly. Because these are sort of custom hardcore rules. I went on a list years ago, years and years ago, and I looked it up, and here were like the 5 core rules of a Nuzlocke. Now, some people say there's only 2, some people say there's only 3. I still think there's 5. Just based on the original comics and stuff like that, right? So I follow those basic 4 or 5 core rules, right? I think it's 4 is the actual number. I follow those, and then I just went on the list of all the other rules people have come up with over the years and stuff. And I did this years ago, like 10 years ago, or a little earlier. And I went through and I checked off everything that I liked. You know, level caps was there, no items was there, no Pokemon centers. There was crazy ones, like no Pokemon centers. I don't think I'd ever be able to win one. I really don't. I'd be curious if I could ever win one. Like, could you do it? No PokeMarts, no Pokemon Center. I don't think it's actually possible to win that. You'd have to have you could win it, but like I just don't see. You take any damage, you're screwed. You know, or you power level, but that defeats the purpose of a Nuzlocke. Without grinding yourself to level 100. How would you do it? Level caps, no Pokemon Center, no PokeMart. See, you couldn't follow every rule on the list. It just wouldn't be feasible. So, the moment I saw that, I said, okay, well, I want to make this hard, but I don't want to make it impossible. So I went through and I picked up a bunch of rules that I really liked, and I played it a couple times. And when I successfully did it the first time, it was the first time I did a hardcore Nuzlocke. I did it on my old channel. It was Pokemon Yellow, and I was successful. And I said, okay, this is a good level of difficulty. I like this. This is a good level of difficulty, right? So yeah. I don't know why I didn't cut here. I must have been slow on the... I was probably drinking when I edited that. I don't drink anymore, but when I edited all these, this was back in January or December or whenever I did this, so... Sometimes just things get ahead of you and stuff, right? Like, because editing this usually takes... Each video is about an hour long. So each one takes me about, you know, so long to edit. You know, sometimes it could be a couple hours. Sometimes it could be half a day. And then, you know, then I have to do one of these. And sometimes, you know, I need to find all the right Pokemon sprites, graphics, get everything changed, updated, find the time to record, you know, open window for about an hour, hour and a half at least. Yeah, so sometimes it just gets away from you. And on top of all the other content, because this is just me having a fun challenge and saying, hey, it's extra content in between manga reviews and stuff, right? So I like the game. So now that we're finally in another trainer battle, it's a Rosalie. Rosalie up against, once again, Jerry, who does not care about your toxic spikes, because if you don't switch, you don't get poisoned, so bite. And a double bite to victory there, and then it's a Wormadam. Wormadam, how are you going to handle a bite? It's going to take 3 bites, but that's not bad. Hidden power, what is it? Super effective, so it's either hidden power bug, could be hidden power fighting, could be hidden power fairy. One more bite's going to take care of him anyway. He flinched, so we're all good. And with our leftovers, we're basically back to full. This will take out the Wormadam, and he's not Wormadam. Now that was a cringe joke. That was a dad level joke. Wouldn't you guys say? He's not worth a damn. He's not a Wormadam. Yeah. The fact that I sat there and did it a few more times, yeah, that's pretty sad. So let's see here. What are we doing? Just keep climbing up the tree. Taking a jump. Climbing up the tree and taking a jump. Oh, and I see a slide. Slides are fun. Everybody likes slides. Jump. And another hop. And, oh, another trainer. Trainer time. Quite a few trainers. Quite a few trainers on this tree trunk here. Sending out Gloom. Okay. Once again, it's a grass type gym. We can easily win this one with Ankelagon, but Jerry's been cleaning up just fine, so let Jerry do his thing. As I said, one of my favorite Pokemon of all time is definitely Umbreon. I actually really like all the Eevees though. Vaporeon, Jolteon, Eevee, you know. Right up, the first 6 Umbreon, or the first 6 Eevees are all right there. Like, it's so hard to choose for me. Some days, Flareon's my favorite for a lot of reasons. Some days it's Jolteon. If I had to pick between the original 3 evolutions, I'd say the order probably goes Jolteon, Flareon, Vaporeon for me. Sometimes Flareon's on top. The reason, I think Jolteon's like sort of my favorite, because I really like electric types, but I like fire types too. You know, electric, fire, and dark are my 3 favorite types, so it makes sense that those types, that I would love Flareon, that would be a choice between Flareon and Jolteon. And I always loved Jolteon, but Flareon was my first, well, it wasn't my first rare card, but it was a card I got in the jungle set. My uncle brought me to a place called Strange Adventures, which was a comic book store, but they sold Pokemon cards at the time and stuff. And it's when Pokemon was new, like, you could find, like, for 20 bucks or, like, 40 bucks or something, there was a base, like, Venusaur card and shit like that. But then, back then, like, that was crazy expensive. They were, like, $40 for one Pokemon card, right? Nowadays, the thing's worth, like, 400 bucks and not even mint condition. So you never know what's going to be worth what. But I got a double energy, colorless energy, and a Flareon, jungle set Flareon card. Was for my birthday from my uncle. So I always remember that. I still have that card. I love that card. So, gift from my now late uncle. So yeah. Oh, and here we go. It's gym leader time against Ramos. Ramos, the gym leader. The old... Yes, I can still toss a pair of scissors around with the best of them. Don't run with scissors, don't play with scissors, kids, and don't flip scissors. God damn. That's not teaching a good thing. I know he's an old man, but that's not teaching kids anything good. Granted, I still run with scissors, so what do I know? I'm an adult, supposedly. Oh, we're going, it's a jump bluff, so it's ancient power time with Ankelagon. Alright, let's go. Let's go. And we basically got him. Hyper Potion. I mean, not quite. It's not stab, so... But we like our Ancient Power. Gives us the type coverage for things like this. Oh, hit him again. And you guys might be wondering, why aren't you hitting him with the damn flame? And I'm like, I'll tell you why. Because this has the opportunity to boost our stats. It's not doing it, but you never know. And we got him with the ancient power anyway. We don't get to use it often enough, so I'm just having fun at this point, right? Not like we're going to lose to this guy. I'm not going to lie. Like, we're just not. And there comes the Go-Goat. Alright, Go-Goat. Take a Flame Burst. And still didn't kill. See, we wanted that ancient power for the one shot there. And oh, that was a heavy, good hit. Damaged by the recoil. Heavy hit right there. Good for him. Getting Ankelagon the black down to the yellow. Impressive. There we go. And then comes a Weeping Bell. Level 31. Flame Burst time. That's going to kill the Weeping Bell 100%. I remember back in my day, the 4th gym leader, she had a Vileplume, she had a Victory Bell. You know. Ye believe in ye Pokemon, ye. And 4th badge is ours, baby. 4th badge is now ours. But we're not quite done. We're not quite done. We're, it looks like we're not going to end it with just 2 gym battles this time. So, that's pretty cool. We got more. We got more left to do. Okay, and now we leave that gym, and now we're on a new route here. And we're going to catch something by the looks of it. What are we going to catch? A Trapinch, okay. Alright. Once again, we no longer have a Dragon type. Looking at Charizard down here. We don't actually have a dragon, but we have Dragon Pulse and stuff. But still, Trapinch, alright. Let's grab his ass. Grab his ass, son. You'll like it. You know, if nobody has watched most of these movies or something, nobody's gonna get where my random people are gonna think I'm just I'm like that guy on YouTube, the Tourette's guy, or what, isn't he called like the Tourette's guy or whatever? Just randomly saying shit. It's like, cause it's just out of context for everyone else. But if you got the quote from the movie, then you know. But yeah, okay. So there we go for that. We got Mothra. The female Trapinch, Flygon, Mothra, Godzilla, you get it. You get it. Yeah. Alright, so it's Mothra time. Yeah. I heard that the new Godzilla vs. Kong movie sucked. Supposedly. I'm still gonna watch it, but I heard it sucked. And that blows. Like, you know, 2024 is already really shitty on all fronts for me. So, you know, like, why? Why? Why can't at least the movies be good? So, here we go. We saved right before. So now we're going to go battle the 5th gym right at the gate. That's probably going to take up the rest of the time, though. So I don't go much longer than an hour when I clip. I try to keep it anywhere from 55. If it's cut off around between 55 and an hour, that's when the video stops. If I can... But if it's a gym battle, I let it up until it finishes. So sometimes that's even an hour and 10. But generally speaking, it doesn't take me like 20. But it could be an end gym, you know what I mean? So it just depends on how long certain sections take me. I don't like to cut the video like, okay, hour mark, we're cutting here. We'll continue the gym battle next time, you know? Generally speaking, I haven't done that yet that I know of. So I'm probably not going to start now. Now, as far as this goes, I think I get them all wrong. On purpose to battle the trainers? Or do I get them right? Okay. I don't, oh. So, no, so I'm not going to battle all the trainers. Yeah, because don't you have to battle all the trainers as if you get it wrong? You have to battle all 3 and then get the right one? So yeah, but where our levels are pretty high, and I think, you know, and Calagons and stuff like that, and we still have the experience share, I was like, yeah, I think we're doing fine here. So, because we're level 38, the trainers are level 34, so we're still a few levels higher, but we're starting to close that gap, and I was just like, if I train against all of them, I'm just going to boost us all up even further, so I'm just like, yeah, no. So, there's a Volt switch attack looking thing. Swift. Yeah, this is gonna take a while. Unless I choose to switch out. No, I'm gonna stay in. I'm gonna get this. Keep going for that Volt switch, which is doing quite hefty damage. Like, good for the Dedenne. Dedenne. First time through playing Pokemon Y. As I said, I bought X and Y. First time coming through, that's who I used. I used the Pikachu clone. I used, well, because my first run, I always used brand new Pokemon. I already, you know, always a full team. I had a Tyrantrum on the team. I had this guy. I had a Dual Blade. I thought the Twin Swords looked way cooler than Aegislash. I think Aegislash looks, in sword form looks cool, but in shield form looks dumb. So I didn't want to evolve them anyways. But I used the Dual Blade. So I had Dual Blade. I had a Dedenne. I had Tyrantrum. I had a Greninja. Long before I knew that Greninja was OP, I just thought that the Froakie looked cool. I had a Panda, Pangoro or whatever. I had him, the big dark fighting panda Pokemon. And who's my 6th? I'd know him if I saw him. Trying to think of who my 6th was. While we're going through the gym here, who was my 6th? Huh. So I remembered 5 of them. I remembered 5 of them. Seriously, who was my 6th? probably check that up on Cerebi while we're fighting off against a Raichu, because we all know that this is going to be totally fine. It's all about the gym leaders, right? It's all about those gym leader battles. So next time I do one of these, I think I'll streamline it. You guys just, no different than in the field and stuff. Unless I lose something, I'm not going to show it. So you guys are just going to have to believe me. I think I'll stop showing the whole gym battle. And just show the gym leader battle, not the whole gym every time. But I've got a little bit. I don't have ADHD or OCD or any of that shit. I don't have any of those letters, or I have the whole alphabet, one or the other. But I do like to complete things. I like completions. I like things to be proper order, numerical, clean. You know, I do like that. You know, but I don't have OCD or anything like that. I think that's the one that, you know, everyone's like, because I think my brother's got it. He's like, yeah, everything needs to be in its perfect place all the time and shit. And I'm like, nah, I'm too messy for that shit and stuff. But, you know, when things, you know, I just like things to go in, like if you start it one way, I generally don't like to change it up. Like, oh yeah, you know, well, we'll improve that next time we do this, you know. But for this time, we'll just follow through with what we're doing. I don't like to stop and start. Oh, I got an idea halfway through something and change everything. I don't like that, you know. I like consistency. I like consistency, I guess. Long and short of it. So this Raichu's giving us more grief than we sort of thought, especially with that paralysis, but I think we'll be fine. Why can't I think of who I had? Let's see. New Pokemon in Kalos. I'll be able to tell you the moment I see him. Talonflame. Should have been able to tell. I was like a fire type. I should have known. Yeah, Talonflame was the one. Yeah. And I did have a shiny Florges in my first run. I did find a shiny Florges. Yeah, actually, I got all these guys to level 100 like so fast. That Elite Four is stupid. Like that Elite Four is so easy to level up your dudes. They're high level with the experience share. It's crazy. I leveled up so many 100s. Like that whole Kalos dex was took no time. But yeah, it was Talonflame. Should have been able to guess that. Not a whole lot of fire type options. There never seems to be. Never enough fire types. There used to be a good selection in Kanto, and then there wasn't a great selection in Johto. There wasn't a great selection in... There was an okay selection if you liked... In Gen 3, I guess, sort of. Not really. Like, if you didn't like the turtle and the camel, you know. Gen 4? No, Gen 4 was awful. There's only one. Heatran does not count. He's a legendary. Or pseudo, or whatever. Gen 5. Huh. Yeah, there just doesn't seem to be... The point being, there doesn't seem to be a crazy amount of fire types every gen, you know? Like, there's always an overabundance of, like, water, you know? And stuff. Now we get a confusion from this Ampharos. Level 36 Ampharos, who confuses us right out of the gate, but we Venom Shock anyways. Boom. Not enough to kill him. Hits us. That looked like Power Gem to me. Was that Power Gem? And confusion sets in. Strength time to finish him off. Boom. Yeah, that's who it was. It was Talonflame. Talonflame, yeah. And we beat the Ace Trainer. That's an Ace Trainer, I believe. Yeah. Step into the elevator. Let's go. And I think that's the last one, isn't it? Dun, dun, dun. Bing. Let's go. V for victory. It was a Pampor. And no, there's another one. God damn. This gym goes on forever. No wonder, is this the end? We're just going to beat Gym 5? I'm trying to look at the timestamp here. Yeah, I'd say, because we only have... There's about 6 minutes left in the... 6, 7 minutes left. Yeah, so... Yep. Okay. You imagine how long this would have been if I decided to battle every trainer? Because I'm pretty sure you have that option. I can just talk to them and battle each one. I don't. Or, I mean, I'm not sure, but because I've never done it, but I think you can. That would have made this so damn wrong. And see, with all of the editing here, because I actually didn't have some of these guys ready, and once I knew that I could edit that, I had to. Charizard was, like, as I said, this tiny. So, after noting that the big ones, who were supposed to be big and full of life, were going to look so small in the graphics, I was like, okay, I got to figure this out. So that took me, as I said, like 20-30 minutes, longer than I thought. And then the next time, when we had to change over to Caracosta there, or Umbreon. Yeah, it was Umbreon. It was Umbreon, yeah. When we had to change over to Umbreon, I was like, okay, I'm going to change up everyone. Nidoking, let's make you a little bigger. Let's make everyone nice and right there in your face. Artwork's so much easier to work with than GIFs, but I like the idea of using the generational artwork for each leg of the run to make it look clean, you know. You use Gen 3 artwork for Gen 3 game. You use Gen 5 sprites for Gen 5. You use the 3D models for the 3D games, you know. I just like that idea. So there we go. And we're finally at the gym leader, yeah. Okay, finally at the gym leader. We're going to switch into Heracles to start us off. Let's go. Heracles got this, guys. Heracles got this. It's an electric gym. An electric gym, and this is Rhyhorn's time to shine. I mean, as I told you guys, like, the gap of levels has closed slightly. Like, he's going to have high 30s. We're in the high 30s, almost 40s. But, you know, that's not going to be relevant. We're a ground type. What's he going to do? Unless he brings out that one that's immune to, who's got Levitate. The Gen 5 guy. Possible, but I forget what Clement has. And the Molga, yeah, we're fine here, guys. We're totally fine. Here we go. He's got 3 Pokemon. We got this. And we have Rock Blast, so we're gonna be fine. Oh, he hit us. But we got Rock Blast. We're gonna be totally good here. Hit twice. Hit 3 times. Don't even need to worry. Down he goes. Let me guess. Static? Nope. All good. And now we're level 39. Just a few levels away from an epic-ass Rhydon. And maybe this time we'll finally give ourselves a Rhyperior at, like, level 55, like a Dragonite would be or something, right? Okay, and then this... Pause time. Not gonna lie to you guys, I forgot about this, which is I think over here, but either way, okay. Did we just lose a 5-time champion because I got cocky? A Helix comes in, Helix, whatever, comes in, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna bulldoze this fucking thing. It hits us with Grass Knot, which, as we know, has this little thing about weight. And outspeeds, one-shots us. So... yeah. And here we are. So, as you guys can see, we've already updated everything here. 5-time champion goes to the graveyard. 5-time champion. We had a 4-time champion last time. We're only on Gym 5. And we had a 5-time champion like Heracles into the... I mean, I know Heracles hasn't always been viable, and it's very hard to get him to do a lot of things, especially with his typing and stuff like that. I get he's not the be-all and end-all, and in a lot of situations he was not ready to help us in any good, constructive way. But even just the last leg of the run where we lost Altaria, we lost Shion, and we lost Raichu here, you know, we lost Copper. drill run in the Zekrom was a major bonus. We could have had a hard time with a legendary dragon. So, and look, we just got cocky because, as you guys can see, once again, the Emolga, who cares? We have Brute Root right here, could have taken care of business, or even we could have switched out. We had all the opportunities to switch out. We could have used, and I know why we're not using Angelion right now, you know, Thunderbolt and stuff, but Needle Boy's right there. Needle Boy's not hurt by any of this shit. Flying type moves from the Emolga, Grass Knot from the Helix, Thunderbolts and stuff like that. Nothing. Needle Boy was a completely viable option, could have Venoshocked his way to victory here, and what did we do? We got Kage, we said, Heracles, and we jumped in, didn't even think. Now this thing's brought up electrical terrain and stuff at this point, and paralyzes us and stuff, but we're a Mega Venusaur, we've leech seeded this thing and stuff. I mean, it's only a matter of time realistically, but I mean, with electrical terrain up and stuff like that, it's got some possibilities, and at this point I just wanted it to be over. As I said, I checked when I was re-editing the graveyard and everything for this, because this is totally unexpected. I thought, okay, we're going to finish off the video, it's nearing the end, we'll beat Clement, and that'll be the end of it. Apparently not. And once again, I checked because obviously you guys know I had all the graphics ready here. You know, I paused, I added the graphics stuff. There's nothing else here. There's nothing here to replace Heracles. There's nothing. So we beat the Magneton, fantastic, but this blindsided me going back to these highlights. I do not remember losing Heracles like this. So this is actually a shock for me right now watching this. I'm like, wait, what? So, and I've got nothing in the folder. I've got no graphics ready for this. So I don't even know who we add to the team. Who do we add? Who have we caught? Who do we add? Who have we caught that's a good type? Like, we have an opportunity right now to get rid of the rock ground typing, which of course is very hard to deal with, but either way, we get our 5th gym badge, but what a heavy loss. Now we've just added the 7th, you know, I mean, that's just crazy to me. Either way, this is the actual end of the highlights anyways, so we'll let the rest of it play out here. You know, there's another, like, second or two, and then, yeah, I think that's the end of it anyways. So, okay, yeah, I'm gonna be honest, we're ending this one on a sour note. Really sour. I mean, look at this. I haven't had to black out anything, and like, I mean, last time I did, of course, but I remembered that. I remembered the big losses there. I don't remember losing anything in Kalos. I don't remember that happening. Granted, I don't remember clearly. I don't remember much because I don't remember what we brought into the team. I don't remember what I brought into the Elite Four. Because I didn't remember Umbreon either. So I must have played through this like in a big run when I had like over Christmas break or something like that, or you know, there was a bit of lack of work around January. I must have just binged the game, played through the whole thing, and all I have to do is hit record. Once again, I don't need to comment, so I just hit the record button, and did the whole thing, and then edited it like shortly thereafter. Because it's been I know it's been a couple months since I've seen this footage, but I don't remember any of this. And clearly I didn't have any graphics ready because, I mean, I already had. With that being said, I did have to look up. I had an old Umbreon wasn't in the right folder. Umbreon, I've had Umbreon. Obviously, I love Umbreon. So your guys' guess is as good as mine. What's going to happen next time? So I'm sorry to end on a sour note like that. I'm in a sour mood now. I just lost one of my 5 times. He's been with us since the beginning, since Kanto. God damn. All right. Well, I guess we'll see you guys back here next time for part 3 of Generation Y's run of the Nuzlocke, the GenLocke challenge. But, whew, man, they're just picking us off like flies here, ain't they? Alright, well, Pokemon trainers, Pokemon breeders, and Pokemon masters, which clearly ain't me alike. See you back here next time. Like, comment, and subscribe. Have a good one, everyone. See ya.